We got Natalie in the background.
And also,
what?
a little bit at the top and the bottom I think gets cut off.
It's good, boys. All right. What is up, guys? And today we're doing another vlog.
What's going on, guys? Stevie here with Lucky Crit, and today I wanted to take a look at rare Pokemon in Pokemon Go, more specifically how I caught Dragonite at level 10, and also I wanted to talk about some of the bugs and current problems with the game that you might be experiencing right now and maybe not even know about. So we're going to get right into this, and what I want to talk about is the 3 footstep bug, or 3 footprint bug. And what this is if you look at your nearby chart, all of the Pokemon will be displayed as having 3 footprints no matter where you go or where you are in relation to them. And basically what this means is it's much harder to track down Pokemon right now. There's also another glitch going on with the chart itself. The first Pokemon displayed is not necessarily the one that will appear next to you. So right now, if you look, you'll see that there is actually a Nidoran, a female Nidoran here, and it's actually the 3rd position in the chart right now. So sometimes I see that it's the 5th position that appears, sometimes it's the 4th. It's really random right now. There's actually a post on Reddit that kind of explains sort of what's going on. So somebody on Reddit actually took a look at the game's code and was able to determine that it seems like the feature is just turned off right now and not actually a bug in the software that's not allowing it to work. And what we think so far is that they turned it off in order to reduce the load on the servers. And in case you haven't noticed, the past couple of days the game has been running beautifully, better than ever, in fact. It's only frozen on me a couple of times lately, and I don't get the Pokeball glitch where it kind of gets stuck catching a Pokemon as much at all. So it's been phenomenal. The only problem is now, it's really hard to catch Pokemon and find the rare ones. The best tip that I have for you if you want to find rare Pokemon is simply to go out and explore new areas. There seems to be no rhyme or reason as to where and how things spawn. However, if you can find yourself a couple of lure modules and sit around some Pokestops, some cool Pokemon will probably be attracted at one point or another, and you can also keep taking a look at your nearby chart, and hopefully at some point in time, something cool will spawn. Also try to get outside at maybe different hours than you're used to looking, because sometimes maybe you'll find something really rare at night or early in the morning, so definitely take a look and keep your eyes peeled. My brother and I were driving home one day, and he was taking a look at the phones. By the way, don't drive and play Pokemon Go. You can have somebody else on phone duty. So he was on phone duty, he was taking a look at the nearby chart, and all of a sudden, when we were by our old neighborhood, a Dragonite popped up on the radar, 3 footprints away. Thankfully, back then, the 3 footprint glitch wasn't happening, so we were actually able to track it down. It quickly jumped to the 1st position in our chart, where we were able to slowly approach it from the road. We pulled over to the side of the road, and it appeared on our map. And we both engaged it. My brother's was CP 500 when he first found it. Mine was CP question mark, so there was no way of knowing what CP it was, probably something really good. Unfortunately, my brothers ran away on him really fast. I think he threw like 1 Pokeball or 1 Great Ball at it or something before it was gone. Sometimes that just happens. It's really sad and unfortunate. I kind of feel bad. I almost want to trade my Dragonite to him just because of that. But anyway, I had 1 Pokeball left at this current moment. We hadn't hit a lot of Pokestops. I was totally out. We had gone hunting. 1 Pokeball left, with a CP question mark Dragonite in front of me. I raspberried the Dragonite, I threw the Pokeball, no done. Now at this point, I really didn't want to run away from the Dragonite. I didn't know if I would find one again, I didn't know how rare they were, so I figured it's worth $1 for me to go and get 20 Pokeballs and see if I could try to catch it with those. So I quickly jumped into the shop, paid $1 for the game, the first $1, the only $1 I've spent on Pokemon Go at all. Hopped back, the Dragonite was still there, got back into the battle, used a couple more raspberries, threw a couple more Pokeballs at it, and finally, I caught it at CP 937. So that was really awesome. I'm really happy about that. Now, I did also see another Reddit user who said that he found a Dragonite when he had no Pokeballs left. So while that's only one other piece of anecdotal evidence, it could be a possibility that maybe Niantic wants you to have low Pokeballs in order for some sort of rare spawns to happen, because that seems a little strange that when you have 1 or no Pokeballs left over, it kind of appears for a couple of people. So I'm not so sure about that, but that could possibly be a thing if they really want to get microtransaction money from people who are running out of Pokeballs. Hey, here's a rare Pokemon. You can't catch this, you've only got 1 Pokeball left. Buy some Pokeballs. So right now, let's take a look at the Dragonite in my party. It's still currently CP 937. I haven't actually fed it any candies. I do have 6 Dratini candies right now that I will feed it. However, it's going to be a little bit hard to power it up later on because you're going to need to keep catching Dratinis to power it up, and those are still kind of hard to find. So it might fall behind of some of my other party members later on, but right now let's power it up. Thankfully, it gains about 50 each time. So even though I only have 6, it's going to be a significant little boost. Right there, it just got 47. Another 47 right there. Currently CP 1031. It's now at the very front of my party, but I'm going to continue to boost it right now. I did take a look at this Dragonite's IVs. I'll post them on the screen now for you. If you want to know how to check out your Pokemon's IVs, I'll do a video on that in the future, but I'll also put a link in the description down below if you want the IV calculator that I used. Let's power him up one more time. Currently 1078. It is now the highest level in my party, which is going to be very nice for wrecking gyms. Unfortunately, I don't think it has the best moveset that it could have had, but as you'll find out with evolving, when you go to evolve a Pokemon, it's actually random which moves you'll get generated. I believe both moves get re-rolled, so they could change to something completely different, even if you already have a good move like Water Gun already. So, that's the Dragonite. Now, if you're wondering how to catch rare Pokemon, maybe you're in a rural area or something and you can't really go out and find Pokemon that much around you, or you're having trouble finding rare Pokemon, what you could do is try to make a day trip and go to Pokestops, collect as many eggs as you possibly can. Every once in a while, you'll get a 10-kilometer egg, which is essentially one of the best egg groups that you can get. So 2-kilometer eggs, you have about, I'd say probably about a 30 or 40% chance of getting something good, because you could get one of the starter Pokemon, which is nice. But generally, most of the time, you're gonna end up with like a Pidgey, a Caterpie, or a Zubat, which is unfortunate. The 5-kilometer eggs, in my opinion, based on the area that we're in, it's about a 50-50 as to whether or not you'll get a good Pokemon or something really awful. But Pokemon like Kangaskhan that we actually can't get in America, aside from hatching eggs, and other Pokemon like that I can't even find around here, are in 5-kilometer eggs. So 5-kilometer eggs are still pretty good as well. And the higher level you are, the higher CP they'll hatch with. And also hatching them is fantastic as well, because when you hatch Pokemon, you'll get a whole bunch more candies than you will from catching it. So when you hatch a Pokemon, you actually get anywhere from 8 to maybe even 30 or more candies with that Pokemon, as opposed to catching them in the wild where you only get 3 candies of that particular Pokemon's type. So hatching is actually really beneficial when it comes to evolving and powering up that Pokemon. So if you hatch something like a Magikarp, that's actually really good, because Magikarp needs 400 candies in order to evolve into Gyarados. So if you get about 30 Magikarp candies from one Magikarp, instead of catching like 100 Magikarps, that's actually pretty good. Now, 10-kilometer eggs are much better than all the other ones. They're very rare from Pokestops, but you can actually keep getting them. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't have maxed out eggs in there, 9 out of 9, because if you do, you're not going to be able to get any more, obviously. So you want to keep hatching those eggs, get them out of the way, and keep going to Pokestops and spinning the Pokestops to ensure that eventually you'll get a 10-kilometer egg. When you have the 10-kilometer egg and you hatch it, there's actually a very, very good chance that you're going to get a really cool, really rare Pokemon. I think the worst thing in the 10-kilometer egg group is probably an Eevee, which isn't that bad because the Eevee candies are still nice. But in my area, Eevee tends to be pretty common, basically up there with Pidgeys, so it's not the best thing for me. However, just about everything else in that egg category is really amazing to hatch from an egg. So yesterday I managed to hatch my second 10-kilometer egg, my first being a Scyther, and yesterday I happened to hatch a CP 1007 Lapras, which is actually quite fortunate. It's a really cool Pokemon. It doesn't have the best moves that it could possibly have, but it's pretty nice, and it happened to come with 28 Lapras candies. And for a Pokemon like Lapras that you can't find very often, and also doesn't evolve, that's pretty darn good, because now the only purpose for these candies should be for me to power it up. If you're a really low level, you might want to hold off on using those candies, because later on you could possibly find a better Pokemon of that breed with a higher CP. But in this case, a CP 1007 Lapras is quite good, so I'll definitely be powering this guy up, and it'll probably be at the top of my Pokemon party. So, if you want to get your own very rare Pokemon, keep going out, keep looking, keep the hunt up, and also try to get those 10-kilometer eggs from Pokestops. They're very, very good, and they usually net you something pretty awesome and pretty high CP. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please remember to slash that like button down below. Leave me a comment down below what the rarest Pokemon you have in your party is, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. My 15 minutes is more worthwhile.
Facts.